Amma is outside?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Amma. Outside, is she nervous?
Yeah, can you no.
Okay. But she's leaving, she's going.
No, the one with the tall flame.
Come on. Because you are single.
Amma, who's Amma? Amma, come over here. You can't disappear. Why are you running away?
Why you giving me I gotta see you tomorrow.
You're running away. Why are you running
I
away?
gotta see you tomorrow.
No, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'll be at my other job. I'm an educator.
Oh, teaching?
Yeah.
She's bringing commerce.
Commerce and industry.
She's building the bridge of commerce.
So talk to us. We understand that you have some relationship with what they call Nigeria or the Biafrans or the yes.
Beyond Nigeria.
Beyond.
She got a girlfriend sister.
So tell us, we are hearing there's currently now there's a corruption going on in the two missions.
Oh yes, a lot.
The consulate and the mission in Washington DC embassy.
You get that right?
Yeah, 3.8 million.
Is disappeared.
Vanished. Money laundering. Well, I mean, looted. They're using official embassy account.
Yes.
Now that's the level they've gotten to. Official embassy account to loot.
Wait a minute. I heard you.
Okay, yes.
Every nation in this whole wide world, every nation, United Nations, has been dismissed by all the banking institutes that they do not want to hold their accounts anymore. For what reason? I don't clearly know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Nigeria
every nation.
Nigeria is not the only nation that the bank told
froze the account.
No, funny is everybody because all of them corrupt, especially but because we Nigerians we hear a little bit of information and we overexpand. It's a whole world corruption issue.
Global.
What I suggest is that UN should start a banking institution that should cover all
Tell
the
us,
nations.
Wells Fargo and Bank of Americas.
Yes, that's the more corruption bank.
Okay, no, hang on. What we gather from them, according to our investigations, shows that the money was laundered through official embassy accounts covering New York consulate and Washington DC embassy, Nigeria.
All right, did you find out about other nations?
Hang on, let me finish with the one I have information. I don't know about the other nations.
Okay.
I know the one I'm talking about right now. Okay, and they use this official account to launder 3.8 million. And the money disappeared in days. So FBI raised an alarm because you know the FBI monitor accounts in this country. So how can the money come in and disappear? Where did the money go to? Now they had to freeze the account until they explain that. The Auditor General in Nigeria flew in last week to negotiate with the US government and FBI and banks. Up to now, as I'm speaking to you, the consulate and the Washington DC embassy cannot pay the employees right now as we speak.
All right.
They can move. They have no alternative to move money. Heavy corruption, big corruption, and they've been doing that for decades.
All right. Let me say something.
Yes.
I have on occasions paid in $5,000 to my account and withdraw it the next day. There is no one that can determine when you take your money out of your institution.
No, you don't understand.
If you have problems to solve.
Yes.
I am not fighting for Nigeria.
Wait,
I am just generally speaking.
Do you work for them? You don't work for them?
I don't work for nobody.
Well, they can't pay them.
Myself.
Right.
But
yes,
if their money is taken out and it's in bank check and no one else can accept them to open an account, how on earth are you going to pay people? You're not going to cut the bank check into pieces.
It's frozen. The two accounts were frozen.
I don't know.
Wells Fargo. They're not going to say it's freeze.
You know, if a bank says, I do not want you guys no more, they will give you your money, not in cash. It's probably in bank check. I don't know, but I'm just thinking. But it's not only Nigeria.
Which other country?
I heard it's all countries.
Well, it can be all countries. We are more concerned about where we came from.
They're probably not making enough money. They probably feel like they're being used. Countries just bring in big amount of money and take
push
it
away
right away.
Okay.
And using them to
launder money. That's what they call it, laundering, money laundering.
It might be laundering and it might be security purposes. They use the big banks to bring large amount of money that they do not
bring it back to do what?
Small institutions.
Well, Babangida, I don't know if you know about Ibrahim Babangida, Abacha, or Basanjo, or Goodluck Jonathan. No, I'm mentioning them one by one. Sani Abacha, they all moved.
I should be the one taping you.
They all moved billions.
Maybe I
into this country, and they have land, real estate properties across the United States. Phoenix, here in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You can name them.
I like what you just said now.
Right, go ahead.
I will not begin to mention how many Hollywood stars, Hollywood. Do you know the amount of money Rockefeller has?
I'm not talking about Rockefeller. I'm not talking about Hollywood. I'm talking about those people.
You have land according to how much money you have acquired.
I'm talking about money that was laundered, money that was looted from National Treasury.
If you have evidence for that, I cannot.
No, we have evidence.
No, I'm not going to defend that one if you have evidence.
Evidence, money laundered, billions of dollars of oil resources, and we are here, and the indigenous people who are celebrating are living in thatch houses. There's no clean water, there's no road, and then we celebrate indigenous people.
I actually want to live in thatch house because it's more natural.
Yeah, but
there's no CO2.
Your water has been messed up. Your water has been corrupted by your water.
No CO2 to emission to go with. I have nothing. They're living in the most natural, harmonious lifestyle.
Right.
Where you're standing right now, a lot of issues that you do not want to live here.
We understand that, yes.
You know, we are
the politics and the building and the refurbishment and the New York City.
The whole world, the whole world is asking for renewal because the anticipated climate change is because of it is loaded. The whole world is
fossil fuel.
Exactly.
Right.
So if people are living in thatch houses, it's natural.
No, what I'm trying to say, when I say thatch houses, that they don't have the resources to build. I'm talking about poverty. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
There's no road. Their water, their natural water has been polluted by oil corporations.
That is why
their air has been polluted. The land, they can't farm anymore. The lands have been polluted.
You and I have to start initiatives that will give them voice.
And I went to the embassy. I was being shoved and pushed around because I'm asking them question. What happened to the $888 million laundered?
Probably you're asking them the way you're asking me now.
Well, I mean, that's the way.
What I think is we all have to speak for all of us, we the people.
No, like they're speaking for their families. It's called nepotism. They speak for themselves and their families and relatives and concubines.
Do you think?
And wives.
Do you think that a few people can?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Majority.
What is happening all over the world?
The time that they shoot you.
They're shooting. They're threatening one of our. They're threatening one of our officers that they will shoot you. They will take you to court. They will deal with you. When a Nigerian speaks that way, they want to kill you. If you are back home, they will disappear. You will be killed, and nobody will hear about it.
Are you kidding?
That's where we came from.
It's our culture. We're fond of saying, if I deal with you, it is part of our culture.
No, what do you mean by it's part of your culture? What do you mean by deal with you is part of your culture?
When we speak, we over-exaggerate what we know we are not going to do.
But that's too.
Sometimes we over-exaggerate.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. But anyway, it seems. But thank you so much. What's your name again?
I'm not signing anybody. My name is Adeze.
Adeze who?
Adeze Agu.
Adeze Agu.
I am not.
We heard that you actually.
I don't know where you're going to show.
No, we actually had RepublicReport.com.
I have recommendation.
Recommendation to who?
Recommendation is that we start having initiatives, little initiatives.
Adeze, you were a Biafran. Are you aware of the Biafran nation, the Republic of Biafra?
I was just born when it was happening.
So you were born when it was happened. That was 1967.
Yeah, it was. I was born before 67.
Well, we say you were just born.
I was like in a baby, you know.
Right.
Toddler.
So if you are born at that time, you must have been a Kwashaka child as Kwashaka and Biafran territory.
No, I wasn't.
Where were you? Where were you?
Not everybody was in a particular location where Kwashaka was happening.
Right.
You are generalizing a lot.
Well, I'm sorry.
So explain. Did not even lift up a spoon. Where I come from.
Where do you come from?
My grandmother's place is Ezeowe. They did not move 1 mile from their house.
Where did you come from?
I come from Abagana. My father's.
Abagana was a heavy war in Abagana.
Thank you. Destroyed.
Right.
But you cannot compare Abagana child having Kwashoko and Ezeowe child that did not even move to nowhere.
But a Bagna child can have a strong history. Well, it was a historic move in Abagna by the Biafrans.
My compound.
Okay, so when the Biafran forces were ambushed, they were ambushed, they were destroyed, they took their arms, a lot of things were destroyed in Abagna because Biafrans were able to ambush them. They were coming in, with confidence, they want to take over Biafran territory, and they were ambushed. Abagna defeat. Abagna sector was a huge victory on Biafran side, a big victory on the side of Biafra. Okay, so you are from Abagna. So how do you feel when you hear that you're Abagna sector?
Very proud of
you. You're proud, exactly. Very. So as indigenous people, we hear Biafrans and they want to have their own restored Biafra. Oduas wants to have OPC, want to have Odua Republic. Those in the north, Boko Haram, they're bombing even the UN building. They want to have Islamic State. And we talk about indigenous people to be free. So they should be allowed to be free. What do you think about that?
Indigenous people are free, but they do not have access.
Why not?
There's difference between being free and having access.
Access to what?
Access to several things that can get them out of poverty.
How do you get access? How do you have access then? What do you do?
Let me tell you.
Yes.
If you have knowledge. I don't know where he's putting me, but if you have knowledge.
What do you mean by if you have knowledge?
If you have, everyone has knowledge.
Exactly. So exactly.
If they can start walking around their location.
What do you mean by as Igbos, they move around, they travel a lot of places.
Let me tell you.
They're into businesses.
I have a backyard.
Okay.
And I use my backyard to plant vegetables.
Of what quantity? Just for you?
I can show
That's
you.
subsistence, just for your own mouth. How about the rest of the population in the village? Okay. The rest of the population in the in the whole territory.
Just arrived at the initiative that I started.
Yes.
If you have one land, and I have one plot of land,
right?
She has one plot of land, and you cultivate tomato. She cultivates cassava. The other person cultivates pepper. We're all gonna share. Either we sell it or we exchange it. Can I ask you something?
Yes, go.
How did our ancestors survive?
Well, that's our ancestor. This we live in 21st century. Okay. Our ancestors' population was very smaller than what we have today. There's a population explosion globally.
I will tell you.
That's
one sector. Email you something.
Sure.
What we call the urban garden.
Urban garden. What is it?
Where you can use 10 by 10 and be able to produce a plant called moringa. That you can harvest up to 100 powdered kilos of feed within 9 months.
What has that to do with 3.8 million looted, laundered at the Nigerian mission? And you are laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Okay, what are you doing?
Actually true.
You know, it's true. It's a true story. They can't pay their employees because their accounts have been frozen. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Account frozen means there's money.
Well, there's money that came in and disappeared. What you
are saying is like there's no money.
I didn't say there was no money. I said that my account was frozen. That money was laundered using official embassy accounts. West Fargo and Bank of America.
It's supposed to be for me. It should be for them then. Okay. Because I don't know. I don't like to say what I do not know.
Somebody told us that you have some information about them. About their corruption in the mission.
Somebody.
Yeah, somebody shared that to us. So we wanted to know.
You tried to get me to. You don't even know who I am.
No, you are there. We were told you are there.
We were interviewing Amma.
According to sources. We heard about sources. You know, we thought. I
heard about sources too. Don't joke with me now.
Oh, okay.
I heard about sources too. That you are trying to frame me and frame them at the same time.
No, I don't have to frame you. That? No, I'm not framing you.
So where did your story come from?
Our sources. We have intelligence sources.
I have more than intelligence sources.
Okay, so you want to share? You want to share those with us?
You share yours first. I think it's time for me to interview you now.
All right. So check our website.
Why don't I turn it?
Go back to check the
website.
Yeah, we are just going to our YouTube website. So go
please.
Thank you, Adese. Thank you so much. Adese is going crazy.
For YouTube.
Yeah.